Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the 3 Yards in a Cloud of Dust NFL podcast. I'm your host, Josh, and with me, as always, my co host, Jonathan.
Divisional breakdown!
And welcome to day 2 of our divisional breakdown. Today, we're going to be featuring the NFC South.
I will say something every time during all these episodes.
I mean, he's just that kind of a person, I guess.
I give you random stuff, you never know what I'm going to say next. That's the best part of me.
But yeah, so we're having fun doing this, and this is, of course, leading right into the start of the NFL regular season.
Yep.
So without further ado, let's get to the division that used to be owned by Drew Brees. And starting off, number 1, the New Orleans Saints, finishing last year at 12-4 with the, surprisingly, an offensive ranking outside the top 10. They finished 12th overall. However, their defense finished 4th overall.
Which the defense, I'm not surprised about.
Oh, their defense was great last year.
The offense, I'm also not really surprised. It's like he really didn't not have much weapons, but he knew how to use his weapons he had.
Okay, here's the thing. He does have weapons. Obviously, he's got some of the best weapons in the league. He was down. Drew did go down with an injury for a few games last season, and Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston did take over for him during that time.
Yes.
So that kind of most likely accounts for the dip in offensive production. So with that being said, just like in our previous episode where we differed on the last two teams' records, we differed on this one again.
But this is really the only one we differed on.
Yeah. Now, obviously, both of us have the team dropping off due to the fact that Drew Brees is no longer there.
I had them at 9-8.
And I have them at 10-7. Only because I was really impressed with Jameis Winston's performance on Monday night.
But it's like I have them dropping to 9-8. Yes, Winston played well. But I also think because he wasn't playing the first stringers at all either.
He was playing a few. There were a few out there.
A few of them, but he wasn't playing all of them at the same exact time.
But he also performed. He did play well during his time where he started during Drew Brees' downtime last year.
Yes.
I'm just kind of wondering is how long he can keep that up over the course of a whole season.
And I think that's why I think they'll go in 9-8 because I think he'll drop the few games that Drew Brees was able to keep up with. But that's my opinion.
Honestly, I think having that extra 17th game is going to help them. And I think that's what's going to get them that extra win. Otherwise, yeah, you probably would see, if we were working with a regular 16-game schedule, I probably would have said something about 9-7. Still with a winning record, but yet not quite that great. But that's why with that extra game, I'm saying, yes, they do get to that 10-win mark and most likely get a wild card.
Yeah. Well, you could get the wild card with the 9-8, depending on.
I guess I'm just giving them a little more credit than you are.
Yeah, but we'll have to again.
Here's the thing. I freely admit I said that I didn't think Jameis Winston was going to win the starting job.
Yeah,
we dedicated an entire episode to why he wasn't going to, and then we got destroyed in the comments for it. Which was fine because that was the most exposure one of our episodes had ever gotten.
Yeah,
so.
But it's like that's what we guys want you guys to do. It's like if you guys don't like something or you guys like something or you guys don't agree with something, please blow it up. And
you're more than welcome to disagree with us. That we don't care about that part.
Yeah,
we like interacting with you guys.
And this is our way of basically having you guys as part of the episode. And we're hoping when we get big enough, we can do this live.
But anyways, getting back to what we're supposed to be talking about.
Yes.
There will be some dip in offensive production. That is pretty much a given.
And the offensive ranking, I really do see them dropping at least one spot.
But here's the thing.
Just one.
With them keeping a majority of their offensive weapons together, I still see them being a top 15 offense.
That's what I said. Just dropping one spot.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said. One spot. So
I guess I was in the mindset of what I was trying to say and not paying 100% attention to you.
So I'm seeing them more drop from 12 to 13, but I still have them within that top 15.
Yeah, I still have them being somewhere between 13 and 15, maybe even right back at 12 again. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll really have to wait and see.
But yeah, so you have them at 9 and 8. I have them at 10 and 7. But I think with this next team, we both know that they're going to win the division hands down this year.
Without
we
doubt,
pretty much expect it, and that's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, this is the Bucks. It's like the record last year was 11-5.
Mm-hmm.
Though both offense and defense ranking were both in the top 10. Offense was 7th, and defense was 6th, which really doesn't surprise us too much because the offense and defense were incredible, especially the last half of the season.
Yeah, and that's the key thing too. When they opened the season, their offense definitely struggled. Tom Brady had some issues, some very notable issues, like forgetting what down he was on.
Yeah, it's like I thought it was fourth down, but it's total fall down.
Yeah, it's like dude, come on, you've been playing in the NFL that long. What are you, senile?
But you saw that. But what really kept them in the game a lot of the times was their defense because they stayed at top performance.
Yeah. And I mean, Tom Brady, he did an amazing job of taking command of that team, both offense and defense-wise.
Oh, yeah, and
he really did bring that team together, and I think that's why
definitely.
they performed as well they did, especially in the last half of the season, and of course throughout the playoffs, all the way through the Super Bowl.
Oh, definitely, and which I believe, if I'm correct, we both actually agreed on this record because we really think that he's gonna end up around the same spot, if not better.
Yeah,
and that's 13-4.
Oh yeah, we definitely think they're going to take a step up, especially if they start the season.
They're going to take that extra game
clicking like they did at the end of the season last year. They're easily going to just run away,
without doubt. And literally, the least amount of games I really see them losing is 2. It's like they'll, especially if they continue with how they clicked at the end of the playoffs last season, I don't really expect them to get any more than 4, but any less than 2.
Yeah, and I think you and I both said we would not be surprised at all if they ended up sweeping their division.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. Next up, though, we have the Carolina Panthers, who made some interesting moves in the offseason.
Which would have, I think, might have helped them, but might
maybe,
not, depending.
Yeah, we have to wait to see. But last year they ended with a 5-11 record, which, honestly, I thought they did better. I thought they played a little bit better than a 5-11 record. I think they just maybe had a few bad breaks that cost them a few extra games here and there. However, their offense was ranked 21st overall. Their defense was ranked 18th overall,
which is not bad, but it's not great.
Yeah, it's really not. If any time you're approaching 20th ranked anything, it's just not good. Especially when you only got a league of 32 teams.
Yeah, but it's better than 31st or 32nd.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still they're still in the back half of both offense and defense rankings.
Yeah, but we'll definitely have to wait and see how well they play because they did make a couple moves, but not much.
They obviously went and got Sam Darnold from the Jets, and it looks like they're going to be making him their starter,
which is actually a good move on them.
I think Sam Darnold still has a lot of potential left in him.
He just needs that.
He needs somebody better to coach him. That's really all it is.
He also needs the reps.
Yeah.
I think the reps would definitely help him.
He's also spent both of his seasons in the NFL. He's been in there for 2 or 3 seasons.
I think 3.
Yeah, well,
and he's been a backup.
He hasn't been a backup. He's been the starter.
Oh, yeah.
However, he spent at least a significant amount of time of both the last seasons injured.
Yeah, so that's really what's going to come down to.
But here's the thing, with him being in a new system, completely changed up from what it was in New York, I still don't think the Panthers are going to do all that great. And you think I even managed to convince you on this one, and we both came to an agreement. They're probably going to end up with somewhere around a 4-13 record.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just because with how strong the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have become, and with how strong the Saints are going to stay, and we all both agree that there's most likely going to be a resurgence of the Atlanta Falcons this year.
Yeah.
We just think that it's not going to be great for the Panthers.
Oh no, definitely not. But that also leads into our fourth team, Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Which the record last year was 4-12, which was completely awful.
Yeah.
Their offensive ranked was 18th, which wasn't bad for the offense, but their defense ranked 29th.
Yeah, and that's what cost them a few games.
Oh no, that's what cost them most of the games.
Yeah, well, and the whole thing too, there was what the first 5 games, at least 3 of them.
At least 3 of them.
Out of the first 5 games of the season, at least 3 of them, they practically gave the games away.
Yeah, because the defense
they had
wasn't
it in their
there.
hand. Not to mention there was that onside kick in Dallas.
That was just.
It was like, how do you forget how to play an onside kick? Do you not know that it's a live ball?
Right? it really makes you wonder what they were thinking.
Yeah, and I
It
mean,
really
Dallas
does.
was not great last year either.
No, it's like you lost to Dallas. With
Mind you, they still had Dak Prescott at the time.
Actually, I think he went down that game, early on that game.
No, he went down the next game.
Oh, okay. Then
I think it was the very next game. It was the 3rd game of the season.
Okay, then I flipped the.
Yeah, it was like
games.
3rd or 4th game of the season that Prescott went down. But yeah, it's just, I have to think that the Falcons are going to be better this season.
Yeah, and we have them. I believe we agreed on this one, and that's them going 7-10.
Yeah. Yes, they moved on from Julio Jones, but they went and made some good picks in the draft. They got some good young talent for their offense. So we both expect a little bit of a resurgence here. We're not saying they're all of a sudden going to win the division.
Oh no,
You
they still have a few years and few holes to, actually more than a few holes to fix before they can even battle Tom Brady and the Bucks to get that top spot.
Yeah, and that's got to suck for any division, is just having Tom Brady in your division. It's
I still remember one thing after they won the conference final in the NFC, Gronk mistakenly saying AFC when they're in the NFC and someone correcting him.
Well, I mean, think about it too. He's been playing in the AFC ever since he was drafted by the Patriots.
Yeah, but it's like everyone just had a giant ball with that. So did he. It was just.
Also, it's Gronk. He's not exactly known for his intelligence.
No, he's known for his strength and his ability to catch.
Yeah.
But now he's mostly a blocker now, which he's okay with.
Well, he did catch we got 2 touchdown passes in the Super Bowl, didn't he?
Yes, but that was because they went into a last resort. Well, hey, we just need a couple extra touchdowns and.
Well, no, he's like what 6'7". He had the advantage over the 5'9" guy that was defending him. So Brady just chucked it to him and it was like, hey, touchdown.
Yeah, it was easy touchdowns, but it was just. But this conference is just gonna be.
Yeah.
Well, division.
So we definitely
should be interesting.
We definitely have some flipping of places. We have Tampa Bay finishing first. Then we have the Saints coming in second, with hopefully the Falcons coming in third. And then we think that Carolina is going to finish up last. And just to recap, we have Tampa Bay at 13-4. You have the Saints at 9-8. I have them going 10-7.
Yep.
We both agreed that the Falcons are going to go 7-10.
And Panthers going 4-13.
Yeah. Now, one little kind of thing that we need to put in, obviously some of you who end up listening to these and you're going to be like, wait, how can all these teams be like have these records? Like, it doesn't match up. There'd be too many games, too many wins here and there. These are kind of just rough guesses for us. It's not definitive. We didn't sit there and go through every game on their schedule saying, oh yeah, they're going to win this one, they're going to lose this one, or they're going to win these 2 in a row, they're going to drop these 3 in a row. We didn't do that.
No.
It's more based on what we know of the teams, where they finished last year,
and
what improvements they've made in the offseason.
And how they look on paper.
Yeah, and how they've looked so far in the preseason.
Yep.
So I know a lot of people say, oh, well, don't judge a team on the preseason. Preseason doesn't matter. It does a little bit.
It does, especially for the young guys who either are going to be starting or as the backups.
Yeah.
Because that will kind of show, okay, what their ability is and
If Justin Fields just comes out and balls out in that last preseason game for the Bears, I have no doubt he's going to be starter week 1.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like, they'd be stupid not to. But that's, completely different division, completely different team.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the NFC South. We thank you for joining us on day 2 of our divisional breakdown. We hope you'll come back and join us tomorrow for day 3, where we will be covering the NFC East, the absolutely atrocious NFC East.
That was
the one that was one that nobody had a winning record in.
And
that was ugly. Oh my God.
And someone ended up still going to playoffs with it.
Yeah. But like I said, we hope you'll join us tomorrow. And until then, we'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.